April 3rd, 2022. The goal is to get the floor joists, the first 4 floor joists, squared up and leveled on the property. Have to finish cutting this board here, and then I think we'll have more enough to start up and square up the floor joists. We already have some floorboards done, but that's the goal for today, and we'll see if we can get that done. April 3rd, 2022. We have a 3 or 4 hours of actual work we have to do for work, and then we can get started on the chainsaw cabin for today. Two. What I'm talking about is when I cut these, I didn't measure them, I just guessed what 2 inches was. This one's 2.5. Let's see. Okay, 2.5. What we're doing is we're measuring the sides, 2.5 and 2, so 4.5. And so let's see. So to put the inside, Measure twice, cut once, all that fun stuff. Okay, that's 12. So, let's cut these. Yeah, they always say measure twice, cut once. So let's see here. 2. 2 and 2 is 4. I guess let's do this one first. I guess we'll bring you along. We are back at the property and the chainsaw cabin. I didn't get as many hours in as I wanted because I was working. And yes, I do news, so I'm not retired. Although that would be fun. So this is something I'm doing in addition to. Let's get this measured up. Oh, so we got 10 foot. And we take off 2 inches for that board. And we take off 2 inches for, that's one board. That's 4 inches. So we go to 8. Okay, that's 1. Okay, where do we want to take the 4 inches out of? this end. Okay, this one we take out 4.5. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's funny when you make these boards, you know, by hand, it really, you don't like cutting them. You want to keep them as big as they can be, which is kind of dumb, I know. Okay. We got to turn off the light to run the saw, so we'll be right back. I know it's kind of dumb to get sentimental about stuff like this, but I had the property for a year and a half, and with my job I work 80 plus hours a week, I guess, and this is the first real structure we've started. So there's floor joists, and we're going to work around and see. We're not going to level it and get it completely square tonight. I'm just going to get some holes drilled in and actually I'll try to get a lag screw in each corner, just something to hold them together so I can start getting it square and straight, and start, it's going to be sitting on some redwood posts and stumps to start with, and then later this spring, or probably more like summer, I'll be realistic, before winter, we're going to make sure it's on a firm, probably brick foundation. So 10 by 12, this is what you can legally build without a permit in California. This is what most building departments, at least Calaveras County where we are, etc., this isn't really even deemed a structure that they need to worry about. And it's just a shed. Basically, it's the same size shed you can get at a big home improvement store. The difference on this one is that we're doing this out of lumber that we made ourselves. So, all right, we'll be back in a little bit. Okay, the lag screws I have are too short, so I can't screw it together tonight. I'm going to have to wait till the hardware store opens tomorrow. But thanks for joining us. We're now going to start trying to do the build, so hopefully we'll do videos very frequently. Hopefully every day. I don't know if we're going to get every day done, but because life tends to get in the way at times. But we thank you for joining us. And the whole premise behind this is, can a person in California get an inexpensive piece of property? This one happens to be at the mountains, 4,000 feet, 5 acres, under $50,000 for the 5 acres, and for a total project cost of under $100,000, can you make a property livable and functional with electricity, with a water system, with this is just our first shed, but we do plan on building a probably 1,000 square foot log cabin on this parcel as well. Plans for this year are this shed, which we're calling the chainsaw cabin because all the wood's going to be hand milled with a chainsaw, and then a small log cabin, 10 by 12, same size, up at a higher elevation on the property. And then we should have basically an area for an office where we can use as an office. This will be the office. Then another one that we can use to sleep in, etc. Then I don't know if we can get 3 built this year, but the other one would be a laundry, restroom, shower, etc. spot, which is kind of necessary. So we may do that one before the log cabin, but we'll see how this one works out and see if we can. We're going to have a small loft in this one, so a sleeping loft as well. But this was a lot of work went into making this pad. It doesn't look like it, but this is on about a 30 to 40 degree slope. We had to carve out a little pad for this on this slope. This is going to be where the front door goes in. We're going to make this a little better, so we're going to have a 4-foot front porch. This is going to go in there. We may have a small wood stove or fireplace on that wall. There is going to be an outside cooking and seating area. There you see the fire pit and everything that's already in there. So this will be our summer project, and it's called Hewn. We're going to start doing this as and the whole premise is, do you have to, because there's tons of just wonderful video creators on YouTube, etc., even on some of the cable channels, but most of those are pure escapism, where they are, basically Canada, Alaska, etc., which is good. And I would like, in some ways, I'd like to do that as well. But this one, we're trying something in California. So the whole premise on that one is if you can do it off-grid, green, solar, composting toilet, all the rest of the stuff to start with, and then work on getting actual systems and everything hooked up. If you can do it in California, you should be able to do it literally anywhere. So that's the premise. Thanks for joining us, and we will see you back tomorrow, and welcome to Hewn.